Well, that is how you rescue a draw from the jaws of defeat. Hello, I'm your resident soccer zombie, Tom Franklin here.
And hi, I'm Tom from the past. Nice to meet you. I'm here before the St. Louis and Austin game, and this should be a good game for St. Louis tonight. Austin not playing very well going into this one, parking the bus pretty much all season long. It's an away game, so anything is possible, but I'm really hopeful for a 2-0 St. Louis City SC win. Let's go, boys! Come on!
Oh, you sweet summer child, you have no idea what ride you're in for tonight. So, yes, I'm trying something new with this channel here with these recaps, recording real-time reactions and splicing them into the post-game recaps, trying to weigh the power of hindsight versus real-time reaction maybe, but also just trying something different, trying something new with this recap genre. And if you do like it, please leave a comment below. If you don't like it, please leave a comment below. I want to know if this works for you or not, and be sure to like and subscribe if you do enjoy this content, you enjoy this channel, so that way more like-minded fans like yourself can find this channel going forward. And St. Louis tonight, I think they flat out outplayed Austin. They deserved 3 points from this one. They did not deserve to walk away from Austin with nothing. They end up with a point. And I think this boiled down to the fact that it wasn't for a lack of effort. They had the ball plenty of times in Austin's zone, but they just lacked that little clinical touch. Celio's dramatic goal was the first non-PK chance that went in regulation, and it was an exciting moment to be sure. And like I said, much more satisfying to leave Austin with 1 point. Because let's face it, road games can be voodoo in MLS with the parity in the league. I mean, it's very hard oftentimes to escape with a point. And I think St. Louis should feel very happy that they got a point with how the game kind of transpired, while also feeling a little bit disappointed about things like the lack of clinical finishing and maybe some better defense on aerial balls into the box, as we'll get into over the course of the review. Now, a lot of people expected a low-scoring affair. Austin coming into this one without their star striker, Sebastian Driussi. They drew Seattle 0-0 last week. Before then, they lost 2-1 to Minnesota United, so they haven't been really showing much offensive flair without Driussi. Now, Driussi was suited for this game. He was on the bench but did not play, and I think you would agree over the course of the game and how the game transpired, there wasn't really much of an opening for him to get into this one, and I think we should all be grateful for that. Maybe Austin fans should feel better about that as well, because you don't want to test the right hamstring injury too early. Now, St. Louis, meanwhile, adopting an adage of if it ain't broke, don't fix it with their starting lineup, as you can see here. It worked out well last Saturday, playing this 4-2-3-1 formation with Big Sam at the top. They won 2-0 last week over NYCFC. Carnell rolls that out again, and I think this is one of the only times that City has rolled out back-to-back starting lineups that are identical to one another. I think 5 times is the number since the beginning of the inaugural season. So very interesting. I know Carnell likes to shuffle his lineups around, but this time sticking with what he knows. Marcanic and Totland having a vice grip on the fullback spots. Parker Nilsson being that that pairing rather that we expected from them early on. Durkin helping unlock Lowen in midfield, gets another go at it. Celio and Vasilev earning more starts on the wings as well, and very deserved starts as well. AZ's also put in the work. He deserved another start. He's starting tonight. And Big Sam's back. It must be hurting because he's been carrying this offense so far, but he gets another go tonight as well.
All right, we have kicked off here. Hope's still riding high, and we'll see what I have to say in the future about this one.
I really had no idea what was going to happen, did I? Now, Austin working deep in St. Louis territory starting out here, really defying that expectation that we'd be playing on their back heels or crawling into a turtle shell of sorts.
Yeah, I'm really surprised here how Austin is starting out here. They haven't shown much flair on offense. Driussi is on the bench for this one, and yet they're not afraid to go at St. Louis early on.
Austin continuing to assert itself early on with former U.S. national team faded star JZ Zardes with a golden opportunity off a rare blunder from Tomas Totland in the 9th minute.
God, that was that opportunity should not have even happened. Totland got torched. It's a headed ball into the box, just Zardes is not quite tall enough. Oh, we get away with one here in the 8.5-minute mark. My God.
Now, the passing by St. Louis, again, not very clinical, very nervy balls forward, passes that just have a little bit too much zip on them that can't be properly controlled. Kind of a jittery start that Austin is about to take advantage of, and they do on a corner kick.
And it's a frickin' Austin goal. Off the set piece. Didn't do well enough in the box. The box out the guy. It's green in Austin. And it's green in my stomach right now. So much for 2-0. So header to the near side post. Gets headed. It was a nice header, to be fair. Went to the far side of the post. Nothing Roman Berkey could do about it. But could have been marked a lot better. Hedges getting the head on it. Getting the goal for Austin. Just... God, we could have done better on that. We really could have done better. Where's the killer instinct in the box, guys? Come on!
And at this point, I'm starting to notice Lowen struggle a little bit. He just hasn't looked sharp up until this point. This is about the 15th minute or so of the first half. He does start to turn that around as the game goes on and ends up being one of the better players on the team this game, but a slow start. And I've noticed that about Lowen sometimes. He sometimes is a little slow out of the gate, needs a little time to get into the rhythm of the match. And he would actually get things going here in the 18th minute as he carried the ball deep into Austin territory.
All right, Lowen facilitating in the box. He's getting further upfield. Nice way to shake his man, but what were you doing there, Lowen? Lowen, what were you doing there? You're trying to do it all yourself. You had support. Take your time, man. The Austin defense had converged on him. Slow up the play a little bit, Lowen. There's still a lot of game to be played here. You don't need the instant reply all by yourself. You're not Superman, Edward. You're not Superman.
And I thought Lowen did way too much himself, though. You really can't fault the effort and the heart. And now this is one of the reasons that you're about to see here why I recorded my reaction at the time. St. Louis had a chance off a corner, and just watch for yourself.
All right, Vasilev corner. It's an outswinger. Going out deep, Adinarin, way too far away, off the crossbar! And then right back out to the top of the box. Oh! It's Parker, he's chopped down, no foul!
Now, the ball caromed off the crossbar like at Liverpool and Everton a few years ago, the one where Divock Origi got the header off a weird play off the crossbar, ended up winning 1-0. Maybe you don't remember that, maybe you do. The reaction, though, was for Parker being taken down in the scramble to get the ball afterwards. Would have been a tough whistle to call in that moment. At the time, I thought it was a foul because I'm biased, but upon retrospect, it would not have been a foul, so it was fine. Would have been a free kick from the top of the box, though, which we know Lowen loves those free kicks from that point. 23rd minute, Celio gets a one-on-one on Stuver, but it's stopped. A good save by Stuver, who had a lot of them this game. And he had a 7.5 rating on FOTMOB, which, if you know anything about goalkeeper ratings in Football Manager, anything above a 7 is pretty darn good. And a 7.5 is really darn good. Stuver had a really darn good game. St. Louis getting a little frustrated with the ref over frequent whistles at this point, which is ironic because in the 31st minute, Celio would get a yellow card trying to compete with John Gallagher for a loose ball. And, well, I thought it was a little harsh at the time.
So Celio gets the yellow card when he was trying to hit the ball. What's Celio supposed to do? Not go for the ball because Gallagher is flopping and flying for the ball? Just weird.
Now, Celio got the studs up, but I was really confused at first, discussing possible red card, that nothing came out of it. VAR looked at it for a bit. Now, last week, when Sands tried to disembowel Chris Durkin in the NYCFC game, that was a red. That was deserved. And apparently Durkin had a really bad gash on his midsection from that. Celio getting a red for this would have been harsh. I think he was just going after the ball and got his studs up. And that, I mean, it's a yellow, that's fine, but not a red. Austin at a corner in the 36th minute, and that starts a counter. And I'm going to warn you, I'm knocking down the audio levels on this one because I respect your ears.
And here's the counterattack here. Lowen, Vasilev going down the right wing, looking for a man up front. Here's Pompeu. Pompeu gets out of the goalie! Oh, God, but he can't get a foot on it! Gallagher run it! Back to Lowen! He goes over the net! Oh!
Now, once my blood pressure levels returned to a normal level, I did come away encouraged by that attack, believe it or not. Now, this was a vintage countering St. Louis footy in action here. Celio did the heavy lifting, and Lowen just fluffed his lines. But if you think this game should have been 3-2, this is probably one of the reasons why. And also another reason why I thought Celio was the man of the match tonight. And I've already spoiled it on the sidebar, so I'll spoil it here too. AZ draws a foul in the 38th minute, not too far from the box on the far side, and once again, my blood pressure's tested.
It is Lowen, drives it into the box, off the post, did it go in? The goalie knocked it off the line. St. Louis thinks they've scored. Oh my goodness. Edouard Lowen, I don't think he was necessarily shooting the ball. He was just trying to get it into a little bit of chaos. Oh, I hope they review this one because it was hard to tell from my end whether it was a goal or not. Oh my goodness.
And maybe it's just me, and you'll see my reaction to the first replay in a moment, but I never thought it was a definite goal. And here's my reaction after the replay.
It is on the line and cleared away. That's no goal. That's no goal. That is just an extraordinary reaction by the goalie. Like the goalie, had he got a little more of a mitt on it, would have knocked it into the net, and then he dives back and swats it away. That's not a goal. That is not a goal. That is good work by the Austin goalie there.
Now, there was a lot of calls by St. Louis City SC Twitter for more goal line tech and more angles, people thinking it was a goal, but I don't know. I felt confident after seeing the replay that it wasn't a goal. I thought Stuver did well there. Put it this way, I didn't see enough for it to be a goal. I never thought that at any point it clearly crossed the center line. I could be wrong. I mean, I do wear glasses when I'm not doing these videos, so I will admit that maybe I got it wrong. Maybe the rest got it wrong. In the end, we don't know. But I don't think it was a goal, personally, myself. The ball cleared off the line. I just don't think it was a goal, but it was close. It was close. Corner kick for City. Celio isn't out there because he has blood on his knee, so he's taken out for this one. And then this happens.
All right, regrouping here with Totland. Over to Lowen. Now to Vasilev, has got some open space. Oh, Indy. Oh, he almost bent it enough to find that little hole between the post and the diving goalie. Oh, what a chance by Indy there. He's had a good game. Indy has had a good game today. He looks very much up for it. God, just wide. Just wide.
Yeah, Vasilev had some nice space and a nice curling shot that almost hooked inside that outside post. Stuver having a good game as well. I'm thinking City is due for a game-tying goal at this point. But at halftime, I'm looking at a 1-0 score and wondering if it's a little undeserved. Me from the past, how do you feel?
Well, that could have been worse. Could have been a lot better, but could have been worse.
Thanks, me from the past. Go rest those vocal cords. Austin started out on the front foot and took advantage of some jittery play and less than stellar marking in the box to get that goal in the first half. But it felt that St. Louis tried to take over the game and really tried to take the game by the throat as the half went on. And Lord knows they've had their moments, and Lowen sailing over the goal on a partially open net, Vasilev nearly curling it in on the far side corner. This team has had moments. It just needs to capitalize on them. And that's what I was thinking as I wrote these notes at halftime. It's there. It is absolutely there. It's happening. It's going to happen. It just needs to happen at this point. But I was really starting to question their ability to convert in the final third. But they did look a lot more clinical as the half went on. And as you can see on the stats here, these tell me nothing about which team is winning. Because the team that's winning is not the team that has the better stats here. Let's just face it. St. Louis with a 0.68 FOTMOB goals XG to Austin's 0.16. St. Louis owning possession, which doesn't surprise me with Austin playing tight on defense. 9 shots to Austin's 2, 3 of them on target. Much more accurate passing as the half went on, including from Lowen, who I thought looked really dicey starting out, but again, he seemed to kind of open up a little bit. He does seem a little eager, in the first half, but I think, as you'll see here in a little bit, he would kind of cool his jets and get back to that cool and composed Edouard Lowen that we grew to love last year.
Tom, from the past here, second half, feeling very optimistic here about St. Louis getting that equalizer. Vamos City!
That breakthrough came.
AZ in the box at the final ref! Penalty kick for City! AZ was tripped up in the box in that top corner!
AZ draws a penalty in the box. Lowen steps up to take it as he always has.
This is your sweet spot. You love these penalty kicks, Edu. Come on. Come on, let's get it in there, baby. Yes! Calm, collected, clinical. Edu Lowen, 1-1 St. Louis City SC. If he looked a little bit too jittery on that shot that he sailed overhand, you just saw the calm, cool, collected Edu Lowen that was all-star level in 2023. Love the response. You knew the goal was coming. It happened thanks to Edu Lowen. Yeah!
And Edu right down Broadway as he ties it 1-1. My friend Chris Perkins, who you met in Houston, he was my companion there, feels an assist should be given to AZ on that, and I agree. AZ's very quick and jittery with the ball at his feet and can cause havoc and sometimes cause fouls like that, so he's got a point there. But Austin would have an instant reply.
The response is swift. The good vibes disappear just like that. They do not deserve this. They do not deserve this.
Cascante, completely unmarked and without a St. Louis kit-wearing body in the same zip code as him, makes it 2-1 Austin. Once again, absolutely shambolic aerial defense in the box. St. Louis tries to respond right away. Celio tries a ball in the box, but Sam just can't quite get to it. And at this point, I'm thinking, I guess Sam is just due for a quiet game. Apple TV keeps slobbering over the Austin atmosphere, and yeah, the supporters section sounds loud and proud tonight. Shout out to the Verdi, but in the rest of the stadium, I'm seeing a lot of empty seats and a lot of fans sitting on the stands, as I'm reminded that MLS is a marketing company that does a little bit of soccer. Now, you're seeing a lot less Tom from the past at this point because, well, he's in shambles right now.
Why are we losing? How are we losing?
Celio has a chance in the 56th minute on the half volley, but doesn't convert. Starting to see Celio's name pop up a lot more, aren't you? 59th minute, and it's that time.
It's Santa!
Santa Claus comes in for Big Sam, who had a very frustrated look on the bench. I thought Austin really keyed on him tonight and didn't really give him any space to operate, and he just had kind of a glare on the bench, Big Sam did, and he just had it wasn't anything that he was doing so much, it's just that they had him marked very tight tonight. Lowen would have another corner, and he banged it to the far post, looking for Klaus, but couldn't quite connect. Vasilev looking for Klaus in the other corner, but Stuver takes care of that as well. Totland gets a yellow card, basically tackles O'Brien. Ref determines that Totland wasn't the last player back, so Totland avoids a red. Cascante gets a flying chance in the box not long after this off a long free kick, but the shot goes just errant. The game feels wide open at this point. This is at about the 67th minute. Another corner for Lowen in the 70th minute, going for the far post again with Klaus, but Stuver handles it. That's 2 in a row, by the way, that Stuver has snuffed out, 2 corners that have been trying to go long, so Stuver appears to be on top of that plan. AZ had a counter break in the 73rd minute, but is tracked down. I noticed Ostrak ready to come on, and I thought that he might have been coming in for AZ. AZ, again, a good game tonight, very active. At this point of the game, though, I thought AZ looked kind of gassed. But instead, Ostrak comes in for Vasilev instead. So another winger that had a good game tonight.
All right, commentary time here. I'm going to interject here real quick, future Tom. Sorry about that. Tomas Totlin has been the best player for St. Louis City SC this season up until this game, but not including this game. He's looked kind of pedestrian. I just saw him get dispossessed. He got the yellow because he just got outran by the Austin attacker. He hasn't been bad. He just has looked fine, I guess, for lack of a better word. Okay, future Tom, back to you.
Now it's Austin's turn to get a yellow, trying to stop a break as Cascante gets it this time. Klaus got a nice deep ball, but found his jersey tugged like the Totland yellow. It was a strategic yellow for Cascante, no more than that.
But it leads to a free kick here. Edouard Lowen just outside the box. This is his wheelhouse. He could shoot. He could try to lob it in for Klaus. Let's see what we do here. All right, AZ fakes it out. It is going to be Lowen. Fires it, but it's blocked away.
And St. Louis trying to press for that tying goal, and we get this near connection between Markanek and Klaus.
Markanek. Little give and go action here out to Celio wide. Celio fires it into the box looking for Klaus. Can't quite get there. 82nd minute. That was Klaus giving Markanek the thumbs up there. That was a good ball into the box. And Klaus had two defenders on him, to be fair. Hedges was one of them. Couldn't quite get the spacing down on that, but good chance for Klaus there. Happy Klaus is happy me, because we've seen Klaus get frustrated at times when things don't go his way, but he was very encouraging towards Markanek on that. That was a good-looking ball.
Couple of Nordic fresh legs come in for fans of the North Sea and the surrounding area. 86th minute, Nukvi Thoresen and the returning Rasmus Alm, seeing his first action of the season, recovering from injury. They replace AZ and Durkin respectively, obviously looking for a more offensive look.
Stoppage time. Looks like Austin's going to have a sub here. I think Gallagher's being taken out.
A couple more subs come in for Austin, and just 5 minutes of stoppage time, which I was baffled by because there was at least 3 minutes when Austin was trying to figure out who to sub out for Gallagher, who had those leg cramps, probably from getting torched by Celio repeatedly. But St. Louis, thankfully, didn't need more than 5 minutes. In fact, they barely needed 2.
Ostrak. But no one there. Pompeu! Pompeu, let's go! I thought that was an opportunity that was going to lead to nothing. I think it was Thoresen that took it into the box. And Pompeu with the heroics again, man. Celio Pompeu taking his starting chance and running with it. He's had a good game this game. He's been trying to create. He's been in the late game here. He's played the full way, but he was beating Gallagher earlier. This is actually Totland taking the ball in, finds it to Celio, gets the benefit of a deflection off of an Austin defender. It hits number 13, goes under 13's legs, and into the back of the net. Stuver had nothing to do there. The ball's trajectory completely changed. Stuver almost got there, actually. He's had a really good game. 2-2 St. Louis City SC. Rescuing a point from this would be monumental because it's a deserved point. This isn't an unearned point. This is a deserved point. And just, wow.
And you can see the City players going absolutely nuts on the sidelines. I went nuts. City fans on Twitter went nuts. Everyone went nuts. They felt it. I felt it. A very satisfying point to erase would have been a very bitter defeat. The way we got the tie, forget how we got there. Celio getting that goal to salvage a point just felt very satisfying. There are ties that you get that feel very disappointing. This one felt more satisfying to me. It's a road tie. Road games are voodoo in MLS. I'm happy with it. Could we have done better? Sure, but I'm fine with it. And this was probably a fun game for the neutrals as well. A 2-2 draw, at times exhilarating for Austin fans before crashing into a fiery wreck, and maddening for St. Louis fans before ascending the glory at the end. Well, as much glory as a draw can muster anyway. Me from the past, your thoughts?
I was ready to be very surly and very upset over this one. I thought St. Louis deserved the win tonight. They at least deserved a point out of this. Look, playing on the road in the MLS isn't the easiest thing to do. Getting a point in Austin, with Austin playing as defensive-minded as they have been, big point tonight. Celio Pompeu, you absolute legend, had a hell of a game playing on the left wing today, creating, and when you need a clutch goal, Celio Pompeu is proving to be that guy. He absolutely stepped up today, and for me, at this point, I'll have to take a look at things, but I'm giving Celio my player of the game here so far for St. Louis City SC. I'll have to take another look at things. We'll see what future Tom has to say about it, but big point. Big point. Remember this game later in the season when we're jostling for position. Remember this game.
Thanks, me from the past. Go get some sleep.
Oh, man, I need a cigarette, and I don't even smoke.
And I'm going to stick with that pick by me from the past. You could give it to Edu Lowen for how he responded this game after a shaky start, but to me, Celio Pompeu gets man of the match. Game-tying goal aside, he absolutely played John Gallagher like an Irish fiddle in the second half. He looked very decisive with the ball, making good moves to find space, and the team obviously saw this as they kept getting the ball out wide to him. And look, 3 points would have been better, obviously, but maybe they should have, as some of the FOTMOP stats you see here, gotten those 3 points. This St. Louis team outplayed Austin this whole game. They just couldn't capitalize and maybe let Austin into this one a little too much with questionable defense on aerials into the box. Just way too much space on the 2 Austin goals. But the fact of the matter is St. Louis was on the front foot for this one. 17 shots to Austin's 5. Good passing numbers. 12 corners that Austin was forced to give up because St. Louis kept attacking, and hey, XG doesn't lie, doesn't it? I mean, regression to the mean, anyone? And the win puts St. Louis third in the Western Conference at the time of this recording, pending results elsewhere with Vancouver, LAFC, and Kansas tonight. It's another draw for St. Louis, who improves to 1 win and 2 draws on the season. Not a bad start to the season, except maybe that first week or so where we had the stumble with the CONCACAF Champions Cup. But next week, it is another road test as St. Louis travels to Los Angeles to take on former St. Louis City defender and the Galaxy. The Galaxy have 1 win over San Jose and 1 draw with Inter Messi and play Nashville on Sunday, which is after this recording. But what did you think of the game? Do you feel happy with the draw as I do, or do you think St. Louis should have gotten more out of it? And was it a goal, after all, on that ball that was cleared off the line? Let's get a discussion going in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video with past and present me, make sure to like and subscribe for more analysis and zaniness, and if you didn't like the idea, let me know too. I really want to know how this idea came off for you. Just something new I was trying out. But in the meantime, this is your resident soccer zombie in the present, and we'll see you next time.